What is up, guys? It's Penguin Typer here, back with another video, and it's only a couple days until December, which is when the event starts, the Christmas event, of course. But NitroType decided to drop some bombshell updates on us. Some really big new things about the site. Two of them, and there's probably going to be plenty more, but NitroType as a game just changed so much. So incredibly much. I don't know what's up. Travis and the boys over at NitroType HQ were just making, insane change after insane change after insane change that it's hard to keep track of everything anymore. NitroType is changing so much as a site. So many things are happening and it's hard to keep up, to be honest. I don't know whether I like the changes or not, and I'm going to dive into them in the whole video, but it's just a lot to wrap my head around. So, first things first, I'm here in the garage, and as you can see, I go to my Nitros thing, it says unlimited. Yeah, about that. Good news, you no longer need to earn Nitros. Races are now shorter, and all racers now have 1 Nitro per race. What? Wait, hold on. I have infinite Nitros? Hold up. Yeah. So Nitros, they went from being, this thing, to you can't buy them or sell them, to you have infinite of them. What the heck? That's so weird. Why did NitroType do this? Why did NitroType make it so you can only use 1 per race and you have all of them you want? I'm not that sure, to be honest. I think one problem is there's this thing called nitrolling, which is like, or there was this thing called nitrolling because, they removed having 3 nitros per race, which is where somebody uses 3 nitros and they win a race where they typed like 5 words per minute slower than the person who should have won, but they still won anyway. That was a problem, but I didn't think it was too big of a deal. If you want to win a race, just use nitros, to be honest. So now that's a really interesting thing. They removed, having nitros, basically. You now have 1 per race, every single race, no matter what. That's so weird. I don't know why they did it, to be honest. I don't think it's going to, fix too many things. I don't think it's going to make anything better than it was before. I just think it's going to be a new update, and I don't like it too much. I liked, stockpiling nitros, selling them, buying them. I liked that. It was cool. Also, it was nice having 3 per race, but now we only have 1 per race. And there's a reason why we only have 1 per race. And they talked about in that tiny little question mark of information right there. As it says, races are now shorter, and all racers now have only 1 nitro per race. But, focus on the first part. Races are now shorter. What does that mean exactly? Let's go find out. So, a nitro type race used to be 40 seconds, about, depending on how fast you typed and how fast your average was, depending on how fast you typed. They usually took about 40 seconds. Let's see how short they really are now. What the heck? That was over before it begun. 28 seconds. And I was typing super slow compared to my average. So I bet that race could have taken about 25 seconds if I was typing faster like I should have been. 25-second races? Hold up. That's really short. That's basically chopping the length of each nitro type race in half. What the heck? That's insane. And as you saw, I'll go back to it, but as you saw right here, 1 nitro. You only get 1 nitro. They weren't lying. So, huge new things where the races are super short, and you only get 1 nitro. That's just completely changing everything that is part of nitro type, right? Nitro type, it's this thing where you race, you use your 3 nitros, races take 40 seconds. That's a very basic part of the site. But now they just completely changed that. Races now take like 23, 25 seconds, and you only get one nitro? Wow. I don't think anyone saw this coming. Like, this was an update that was like completely unprecedented. Nobody thought this would ever happen. This was the last thing on anyone's mind until today when it did happen. Wow. So if I do another race, there's a couple new things you need to know about racing on this really short track. Things that I figured out recently. The first thing is you have to have a fast start. Okay, if you don't have a fast start, the race isn't long enough for you to come back and actually have a fast speed overall. So let me show you guys. Right, that race lasted like 2 seconds. 30 actually, but in a shorter race, you have less time to recover from a mistake. As you guys saw there, I messed up a couple times on purpose, which slowed me down at the beginning, which meant that my overall speed was super slow, whereas in a normal race, I could have fixed it at the end, but unfortunately, I just didn't have that time. So when you guys are doing your racing, if you want to have fast speeds, you got to have a fast start, and you got to carry that speed all the way through. Fast starting and Nitro type is going to be so much more important now if you want to keep like a good speed. The second thing is accuracy. Because the races are shorter, which means you're going to type less characters, one mistake is taking more and more and more from your accuracy each time you do it. I used to average 98 accuracy. You know, I'm probably going to drop down to the 97s or 96s even though I'm making the same amount of mistakes. I'm just having a worse accuracy because there's less letters typed. So you might want to try and focus on typing more accurately as well as having those fast starts. I think those are two big things. And also use your one nitro, right? You only have one of them, and you have infinite of them. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're going to use it or not. Just use it, I guess. It helps you get rid of like a word that you might mess up on. It helps you maybe beat someone at the end of a race. I don't know. It could be useful, but it doesn't matter whether you use it or not because you have infinite of them. You get one per race, every single race. It doesn't matter whether you use it or not. Just use it, I guess. This whole new racetrack, the race thing is like hurting my brain, to be honest. It's just like completely changing everything about typing, to be honest. You know, the 25-second races, this is gonna be so weird. Let's see if we can do a couple more races and actually get a decent speed. I know it's gonna be hard though. It's gonna be really hard because I'm not used to this. Yeah, so as you see, it's really hard to get a good speed because if you mess up just a couple times, it really hurts you in the end. Because the races are now so much shorter, it's hard to really carry a fast speed. It's harder to go super fast because if you mess up and you slow down, it really hurts your overall speed. I think that's one big thing to worry about. Messing up is going to suck a lot more than it did before. Now, Nitro hasn't said anything about this update yet. There's been no news post, no like Twitter announcement. Actually, I'll check Twitter even. But I don't think there's been a Twitter announcement. There has not. No Twitter announcement, no nothing. So, you know, it's up to you guys to figure out what's going on here. I bet a lot of people will figure out that you only have one Nitro now, but you know, this video is trying to help you guys realize the new updates to Nitro Type and maybe help you prepare for them, acclimate to them, get a bit better at typing these shorter passages. But yeah, it should be weird trying to figure out how to do everything in this like new shorter race. But it should also be kind of fun. I'm still wondering as to why Nitro Type made these changes, but I'm not quite sure. I think we'll hear more about that as the event begins. And I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day. I hope that this video was informative. It gave you all the information, maybe some opinions on the new update. I also hope you like my new haircut. I don't know if you noticed it or not, anything. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.